Before we begin the video, I just want to show you we have these elm trees for sale, Chinese lacebark elm. It's well implemented, it's easy to maintain. After you clip a few times, it will become quite a magnificent tree that's for your liking. Please go to our website. Now you can order it directly from there. Let's continue with the video. Hi, welcome to my bonsai display. I'll give you a tour of my bonsai collection. I pretty much let the trees grow wild to have its flush of spring growth to gain strength. But last weekend, there's a family function, so around 50 some relatives stopping in to visit, and I thought I'd take this opportunity to cut off the flush of a big growth after the spring growth. And I just demonstrated to you the cork elm, how messy it looks like and how I clean it up. And so let me go over each tree. In this case, not so much the history of the tree, but what I did to make it kind of presentable to you for this display. And I think the impression by looking all of the beautiful bonsai picture in the books and in the web, on the web, that we think bonsais are always picture perfect. They really are not, because you want them to grow wild to keep strength, to be strong, but you prune it before some friend visiting or before a show or before a photo section, and that's why they all look so perfect. So let me go over each one. This tree was pruned about a little bit more than a week ago, but you can see how all these little buds are coming out. You see? And these leaves are turning brown because these are the old leaves. So look at how many new buds are in just a little bit over a week. Almost a very strong grower. This is a cork elm. And in about 3 weeks or 4 weeks, it will be, in a month, it will be about full of leaves like that. But the tree is loving it because it's gaining strength and it's growing and it's thickening the trunk. So you clip it again, you make it look bare, and each time you clip, you make a little turn on the branches to give it the aged look. So that's how it's, clip and grow is takes a longer time for a bonsai to look good, but on the other hand, it really has a natural look as compared to wiring, unless you are really, really skillful to emulate exactly what nature would do. So that's a cork elm. And this is my prostrata juniper that I've been working on for 50 some years. And I think you see me do drastic cutting of my junipers that I cut out of the ground. But I cut progressively less and less, but do the pinching. But you can see as I pinch it, it becomes more and more like what you see in bonsai book with picture-perfect paths. You just can't fake it, by speeding it up. I think wiring would make it look nicer, much faster, but I just don't have the time to wire my 100-some trees to make them look good. So I do the pinching, which actually is very nice. It's a very nice way to keep the tree tidy and without spending much time. And again, I try to create more three-dimensionality rather than a straight cascade, which most of them tend to be. And this tree, I would soon work on it in one of the videos. This is the tree I saved from a dying tree. It was a dry out, semi-upright juniper. Half of it died off. So I tilted it and capitalized on the other half to make it into a very unusual cascade. Why not, And it's grown a lot. Like this branch, I broke it, I tie it together, and it's grown back to give me the design opportunity. In fact, I'll make this into a little gin and have that, and then make this go down and so forth. It will be a very nice tree, and it's grown probably from here to here in about 3 months in the spring flush. So deciduous trees also do that. The evergreen trees also do that, have a good flush of growth after the spring spurt. This is my old California juniper. Again, I let it grow to create a pad. There was nothing here 20 years ago, but just a little bit of growth up there. I let these all come down, pull them down to give them more the three-dimensional tree look. So I will work on that someday. And this one was also pruned about 2 weeks ago. It was a air layering from an old bonsai. I make into one old trunk into 3 bonsai or 4 bonsai, and that's one of it. This is actually, again, I just pruned it again a week ago. You can see the structure now. Before that, it was just a big lump. You cannot see it. And this is Korean hornbeam. But you can see this tree, I've been working on it. I've been growing this one for about, 20 years, but only work on that for the last 10 or 15 or 12. So you can see the branch have ramification, but not many turns, because each year I clip it, you have 1 or 2 turns a year, not very much. Now this one I want to talk to you about quite a bit. This is my favorite trident maple. I pruned it only 4 weeks ago to have nothing. And 2 days ago, the whole tree was about like this, the pink leaves. And I will take this tree for a show in next week, and all the leaves will be green with a little bit of red. And some of the leaves will get pretty large, and I'll pinch them off so that all the leaves, there will be plenty left. All the leaves will be uniformly small and beautifully green, tender green, fresh growth. So this tree will be going to the bonsai show next week at Seibuku. Now, looking at this tree, for example, every time you look at it, you can see this is a very, very stiff tree branch. Nonetheless, I can tie a big nylon string and tighten it gradually, pull this branch down gradually without breaking it to create more of an angle. As you know, in nature, older branches get heavy and they droop. So again, if you want to, in short, if you want to show your bonsai tree at a bonsai show, you must clip it no more than 6 weeks before the show and water really well. In fact, I should really soak this bonsai so that the trees will be growing really, really heavy. But next week, in fact, like some of these will be way too long. I have to clip it in order to make it look uniform. So bonsai is a living art. It never stops. It looks good in bonsai pictures, but you have to constantly work at it. And I will also bring this tree to the bonsai show. I didn't do severe clipping, and so there's enough green left. Hopefully there will be a little bit of a new bud coming out next week to make it look nice. But I think that's, again, a very presentable tree. And you can see that the moss, when I keep it moist, especially in the wintertime, can be quite green. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video so far. We got a lot more going on. This is about halfway. Please click like if you like my content, and subscribe to our channel, tell a friend. And more importantly, go to our website and sign up to become a VIP for goodies. And so it was a big mess. Again, I clip it back, and I will show you how to shorten the pine needle in future bonsai. And the same thing, this old Salcova, I hand carry on an airplane from Taiwan, and I just clip it because it was growing so wild. But you can see, I didn't know what to do with it, but now I'm saying this is a mountain with a tree growing on the top of the mountain, as well as the tree growing from the ground. So I think this is an incredible tree. Again, look at how old it is. It was collected from the mountain of Taiwan, and I brought it back. And then, again, I clip it. You can see the new growth coming out everywhere. This was about 2 weeks ago. It's really very quickly it will look totally green in a week or two, and then I had to clip it again in about 3 months. Now, it's useful to talk about the clipping of this pomegranate. Pomegranate, what I found is that they tend to flower at the long tip. So if I am preoccupied with shaping the tree to cut it back to be like this, I will never get any pomegranate. So I shape the bottom enough to see the trunk, but leave the top alone so that it will continue to bloom, and 1 or 2 of them will become a giant pomegranate hanging. That will be spectacular. That will be not so shapely in terms of a bonsai, but it's very pleasant to look at fruits hanging on a tree. And so you kind of compromise the look with the purpose of the clipping. And the same thing, I just come around when I water it. I see something that's growing a little bit out of position. I pinch it, and that's a very nice way to maintain older bonsai. You can see it's beginning to look more like complete patch you can see in bonsai. Well, I clipped this about 2 days ago, and I started to clean off some of the bark. You can see the dead bark, the trunk actually looks very, very interesting. I think pretty soon the top will be all bark. And what I found when I did that is that there's actually some kind of a bug that's underneath the bark. They're eating the trunk, and at least the bark. So what I'll do is I spray it vigorously. You know, I mean, I don't like to use toxic spray, but on the other hand, what can you do? A melatonin is pretty benign. So I spray extensively with, and this is a Washington hawthorn that I started with one little seedling, about 35 years ago. And it's going to be quite a nice rough bark tree. So Washington hawthorn can be a very interesting bonsai material. It has white flowers and red fruits. Not very many, I must confess. Now, this is my favorite tree, and my favorite granddaughter, one of my favorite granddaughters, has it. And so I did not want to clip it because it's way overgrown after the spring flush. It couldn't even show you what the tree looks like, but that is to emulate the Huangshan, the UNESCO heritage site where pine trees grow out of the precipices. But I would trim it with her so she knows how to take care when I'm gone. And also, this is a Catlin elm, and so she will know how to handle it when I'm gone. And this is actually, this tree looks terrible. This was just a little branch, and I just keep turning. I didn't like it, so I cut it. And this is a little branch grow out, and I've been playing with it. And then now I'm pinching it now instead of clipping it. So eventually it will look nice. And these will all be filled out, and I need to readjust this. Maybe get rid of one of them and make it into gin. Like this branch can be made into gin, and let this one grow, and this will be very interesting. So this is my 1,500-year-old California juniper. You see how I cut it into quite bare 6, 8 months ago, and now it's grown back. And now I'm starting, instead of clipping, I'm also pinching to form the paths. I think in 2 years it can be at an exhibit, and that's how fast you can whip them into shape. And this again, I was just this whole thing was just a little tweak, and I've been playing with it. I think this will be quite a nice tree because look at the flow and the angle and the 3-dimensionality. This is the classic. This is the absolutely wonderful design. And then this will come down. And so this is the one we just did. And again, you let it grow a while, and after the spring flush, you clip it. And I will yet clip this dual pomegranate. And the reason why I did not clip it, I had it for about 8 years. It has never flowered or fruit. And it's the twisted variety, which is very desirable. I have one twisted variety, which I'm propagating for you to have. It's extremely good twisting, and it has fruits on it, not very big fruits in the past. So I know that's a good one. So I'm propagating that one for you to have. And I have not worked on this tree yet. That's the core pine. In Japan, they tolerate this graft mark because they really accentuate the corking. And look at how vigorously it's growing. What I'll do is I will clip it in a week or two to show you how to clip in a sense, how to work on a black pine, in this case, a cork black pine, which I don't think you will see very often. And I didn't get around to clip this one. I am really get the names confused. It's a Hokkaido variety, but it's a seiju. It's a very small leaf, very brittle. You cannot wire it. You cannot bend it. You can only use clip and grow. So it's not very popular. People love it, but they don't grow them because it's really hard to train. But that's my baby. I will work on it someday to give you a demonstration. And this tree, again, you can see I did severe clipping, dug from the ground. It was in the ground for 25 years. And it was, you see, you just pull off the bottom and pull off the top and starting to form the pad. And then I've been playing with it for about 15 years. So this is just imagine a prostrata growing from a 5-gallon can to this size in 25 years in Irvine, actually, University Irvine campus on a faculty home. And so this is Hatanaka juniper that I think it's San Jose that she trained. So I'm now also starting to pinch it to bring it to shape. People love this tree, but it isn't exactly, I didn't start it, so I will just keep working on it, show my respect for Mrs. Hatanaka, who was willing to share with a bonsai starter her tree. Some of the old-timer bonsai hobbyists are really very kind people. So with that then ends my bonsai tour, garden tour, to share with you my joy. But at the time, please keep track of the series. I'll do that every 3 months or so you can see how the tree progresses to learn what you have to do to get your tree to shape like this. So thank you very much. I hope to see you next week. Well, thank you very much for watching today's video. Subscribe to our channel and tell a friend. And most importantly, go to our website and sign up to become our VIP so that we can send you announcements of special considerations. Thank you very much. See you next week.